Main man, made man here. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. So there's a lot of reporting going on, and a lot of people are saying that Terrence Crawford will possibly be facing Amir Khan April 20th in Madison Square Garden. To the subscribers of this channel, just let it be known that nothing is official. This fight may or may not happen. I'm seeing reports that people are saying that Amir Khan has decided, but nothing has been officially announced. This fight may or may not happen. As of the time of this video, nothing is official. Bob Arum has recently came out and basically let everyone know that it's a bit premature to be talking and saying that this thing is official. He says, and I quote, "It's really premature at this point. My guys are working really hard on putting it together. I hope they will be successful in doing it. But you're asking me if it's a done deal, and it's not done yet. I'm not going to say it's done until it's done, but it's certainly a fight that we would love to promote," end quote. So it's not official as of yet, but there's many, many reports that's saying that Amir Khan is leaning in that direction. Now, I'm well on record with saying that Khan gets on my damn nerves. But I'm also well on record and saying that Khan, when it comes down to business, he knows how to conduct his business properly. Now, I'm a Kell Brook fan. Let that be known. Through and through. I got love for my main man, Kell Brook. But at the end of the day, every way you look at this situation, Kell Brook has been outplayed. I repeat, Kell Brook has been outplayed. And in one hand, I'm like, damn, I want Khan to face Kell Brook because this fight is long overdue. It's well baked, and this shit should have been happened. But then on the other hand, I could understand exactly where Amir Khan is coming from, because anytime that that Amir Khan wants a turkey sandwich, it's Kell Brook that provides the cheese. If Amir Khan wants to order carry-out food, it's Kell Brook that's Uber Eats. Anytime that Amir Khan wants peanut butter, it's Kell Brook that provides the jelly. The point I'm trying to say is Amir Khan basically plays the tune and Kell Brook dances. And he has shown his hand over and over and over and over again how he dances to Amir Khan's tune. And Amir Khan knows for certain that he got Kell Brook on a string. And so he can do what he want to do. And it's Kell Brook that let this be known time and time again. He's stalled fights, as we seen with him and Errol Spence Jr. The reason that fight was prolonged outside of the medical exemptions that he applied for was the fact that he was waiting for Amir Khan. Even since the days they were with Frank Warren, both of them under the same banner, it was always Kell Brook watching every single move that Amir Khan made. And he, in one way or another, emulated those moves. Amir Khan goes to America, Kell Brook wants American fights. Amir Khan goes up in weight, Kell Brook want to go up in weight. It gets to a point of being sickening. And then if you're Amir Khan and you know at any given time that you can make a big bag of money for a big British level fight with Kell Brook, and you know he is dancing to your tune, what do? You make him wait. Am I happy about it? Hell no, I ain't happy about it. I don't like to see it. But this is just the reality of it. Kell Brook has now became Amir Khan's 401k plan. K for Kell. And that's just the facts. So it's being reported that Bob Arum and Terrence Crawford is willing to offer him $5 million to take a fight. Not to mention they're saying also that Amir Khan can clean up on the British pay-per-view numbers. And of course, he can earn more than that with a British level fight with Kell Brook. And who knows what kind of deal that he'll throw Kell Brook, because He can throw him anything he wants, it seems like, at this point. Kell Brook has even recently came back down from 154 pounds to try to squeeze himself back to 147 just because Khan said so. And so now Khan is saying, look, if this Crawford fight presents itself, win, lose, or draw, he'll make a good sum of money and still have Kell Brook waiting for him. At least that's what Amir Khan believes. And I've said this quote before, and I'll say it again. Boxing Scene had Amir Khan quoted, and he says, and I quote, I feel like he's always going to be there. So I'd rather fight these world champions, fight for these pound for pound titles, because I know Kell is always going to be there. He's fooling the public. If he wanted to fight me, he could have proved it in a different way by beating some decent opponents and saying, I'm ready for you, end quote. Once again, another tune being played by Amir Khan. Amir Khan has even went over to Eddie Hearn, the same promoter that promotes Kell Brook. Signed up for a 3-fight deal, promising this fight, each and every fight, fought 2 lower tier opponents. And this is now do or die time. And has successfully now found them another opponent that he can say, well, Kell, if you don't do what I tell you to do, if you don't kiss the ring, if you don't dance to my tune, I'll go fight Terrence Crawford. Now I have options. So you really better do what I tell you to do. Even Eddie Hearn, the promoter of Kell Brook, who's been promoting Kell Brook long before he was promoting Amir Khan, he can't even seem to crack it. Like, you know, he's even saying he's trying his best, I guess, in one way or another. But I got 2 words for you, Eddie. Try harder. Try harder. And if you don't pull this fight, then Kell Brook needs to be looking for another promoter, period. It's the same reason that Kell Brook left Frank Warren back in the day. He left Frank Warren because Frank Warren could not lure Manny Pacquiao into a title fight with Kell Brook when Kell Brook was the #1 contender in the WBO and Manny Pacquiao was the WBO champion. Frank Warren couldn't come through. Couldn't come through. Well, according to Eddie Hearn, he says, and I quote, I think he should fight Kell Brook. He must look at Brook fight against Zarafa and go, I can beat Kell Brook. I can stop him. Amir believes he will knock out Kell Brook. It will kill him to lose to Kell Brook and vice versa. But that's what makes it such a big fight. That's what makes it have so much on the line. The fear of losing to this bloke that you can't stand, end quote. He's also said in quotes, we spoke on the phone. It's a tough one. You've got to the lure of Crawford, one of the pound for pound best, and you've got one of the biggest British fights in history against Brook. If he doesn't fight Brook, people in this country will always say, you duck Kell Brook. If he doesn't fight Crawford, no one is going to say anything. No one is going to go, you duck Crawford, end quote. So Hearn is trying. Hearn is well on record saying he feels as though he should fight Kell Brook. Hearn is trying, but you got to try harder. You're promoting this man. Not to mention, this is once again, if Amir Khan goes to face Terrence Crawford, they're talking about putting this on ESPN pay-per-view, not DAZN. Once again, another fight that DAZN would be losing. So Amir Khan is playing both of y'all around the board. I'm sure if Khan was to fight Brook, and they were trying to, at one point in time, even trying to lure Khan into the fight by saying the fight can go down in Wembley, it would have possibly been on DAZN. But clearly Khan does not have an exclusive deal with DAZN. He has his deal with Matchroom. Matchroom deals with Sky. But it's not necessarily means he's locked into DAZN. But this is another fight that Eddie can't lure to DAZN. And this is an American champion we talking about in Terrence Crawford, the audience that DAZN wants. So you being played also, Eddie. You did. So that's what I understand, So I can understand Amir Khan's position. He has leverage. And if I'm sure if Eddie Hearn denies the fight between Crawford and Khan, there will be some sort of clause in his contract that said, well, you're not getting me the best possible fights. And I can now opt out. That's the same way that Kell Brook got out from under Frank Warren. So all of these things are at play, and Khan knows it. And he is playing them like a fiddle, a freaking fiddle. You hear me? So I can't blame him. Now, as for the actual fight between Terence Crawford and Amir Khan, it's a good fight. It's not the worst fight in the world because you actually got lunchboxes out here talking about, oh, now people are over-evaluating Terence Crawford's resume. He ain't fought nobody. I'm seeing the comments. I'm seeing what y'all saying. Oh, his resume ain't this, it ain't that. I hear Keith Thurman out here running his mouth saying that Terence Crawford's resume ain't this and ain't that. But when Crawford was going through these weight classes, I heard no one say this. People are disrespecting one of the few undisputed champions. Some rate him as number one pound for pound. And people are now crapping on his resume. But when he was facing Julius Ndongo, everyone was all live for that. Oh, it's an undisputed fight for undisputed champion. It's awesome. I'm not going to go down that route. I'm not going to say that Terence Crawford's resume is garbage. I think the Victor Postal fight was a good fight. The Gamboa fight was a good fight. The Julius Ndongo fight was a good fight. The Ricky Burns fight was a good fight. I'm just not going to do it. Jeff Horn had just came off beating a legend in Manny Pacquiao, and then he beats Jeff Horn at his first fight at welterweight, and we just gonna crap on Terence Crawford's resume? Are you out your nugget? I'm expecting for the PBC fighters to say that. Danny Garcia turned down a $3 million payday. Clearly, Bob Arum and Terence Crawford is on record saying that they offered the man $3 million. Went to his daddy, the one who got the big mouth, who says you think he has control over Danny's career. He can at least get Danny's ear and say, man, maybe you should think about taking that, man. But that ain't happened. These two are 1-1 in the amateurs. The story is baked. Keith Thurman is running around trying to just dismiss Terence Crawford like he's a nobody when he's the number one pound for pound fighter on a lot of people's lists. It makes no sense to me. And Sean Porter just acting like he's friends with everybody at welterweight. Oh, I'm his friend. That's my friend. Oh, that's my friend too. Oh, he's my friend. Earl Spencer's the boogeyman, but that's my friend. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. And I totally get the reason that the PBC fighters do it because of the network differences. Because at the end of the day, to make a fight with Terence Crawford, who fights for ESPN, which is the absolute biggest sports provider in the world, I don't care if they with Fox. I don't care if they under CBS. I don't care if they with Showtime. You see what's going on in this Crawford and Khan situation. It's going down on ESPN pay-per-view if it goes down. They're going to have to come on over to ESPN. And that ain't something that Al Heyman has in mind right now for his fighters. You get me? So it's business. It's suit shit. But at the end of the day, I can understand that. But to fans and journalists and people that talk about the sport, to them to crap on Crawford's resume. And I'm not going to sit here and break down each and every one of those fights and the circumstances that were surrounding those fights. But at the end of the day, the man's resume is not that bad, bruh. It's not bad at all. And not to mention, he wants all of the smoke at welterweight. So what they talking about? But it is what it is, man. But like I said before, as for the fight, it's a decent fight. I'm expecting Terence Crawford to beat Amir Khan because I still believe that Khan's chin is being held on by a piece of scotch tape and some Elmer's glue. You dig? Though Amir Khan displays very decent boxing ability, I wasn't too happy in his last couple fights. Though he won, I didn't think he looked his normal stellar self. Not to mention damn near stopped. by a lower tier dude. Got dropped. And you don't think that Terrence Crawford will drop this man? So he got rid of Phil Logreco. But who was the other guy he fought? Samuel Vargas? Gave him a good run for his money. So I'm just saying, man, if this dude is barely hanging in there with fighters of that caliber, I believe that Terrence Crawford, who's a much more skilled fighter, always finds a way to win. His punching power is clearly translating up to welterweight. We see it in his recent fights. Stopping bigger men, as in Jeff Hearn. Stops Jose Benavidez. I get it. He was on one leg. It is what it is. But he stopped him. And his punching power showed to be true. He is going to knock Amir Khan into the middle of next week. Amir Khan may have a lot of good successful rounds. I'm expecting for him to have successful rounds if they square off. But I'm expecting Crawford to get him. I'll break the fight down more, of course, down to the T if the fight is official. But that's just a generalization of it. So it is what it is, man. Like I said, man, I'm torn on the fight. I do want him to face Kell Brook. Kell Brook is my main man. But Kell Brook has clearly been outplayed. His promoter has clearly been outplayed. And Khan is now in a more superior position when it comes to business. And he's put himself in that position. He's disrespected Kell Brook through and through, calling the man, insinuating that he's gay when the man is married with kids, with a kid. You know what I mean? Like you putting that stuff like that out there in the public, disrespecting him to his core, forcing Kell Brook to show his family pictures and him being married and stuff. I seen the pictures on his social media, forcing him to take positions like that. It's Khan. Once again, got him dancing to his tune. He's outplayed Brook. And now he's in a position where it's like, should I do Brook on that? He's my 401k plan. I'll retire with Kell Brook. I'll cash out with Kell Brook. That way, win, lose, or draw, it don't matter. Because, yeah, he may have got me, but at the end of the day, I walked away with a bag of money, and it's bye-bye boxing. So if Khan takes the Crawford fight, and if the reports that are coming out by everybody reigns to have any truth to it, we clearly know what he's going to do with Kell. He's already forced him to come down and wait. We know what he's going to do with Brook. And it's messed up. I'm shaking my damn head. I'll leave it there. So to the next video, Main Man Made Man. Don't forget to subscribe to Twitter, Made Man 511, Facebook, Main Man Made Man Boxing Forum, Google Plus, Main Man Made Man. That's boxing, bruh. And like I said, can you blame Khan? Can you blame Khan? Him or his Khan army, barmy, or whatever the fuck. Can you blame him? If you're in this position, you do the same thing. You say you won't. I want to fight the best. I want to prove he should prove who he is. That's all true. That's all true. But when this dude, Kell Brook, has showed what he's willing to do, how much he's willing to dance, well, Khan is just taking advantage. To the next video, peace out.